Hello, friends. Welcome back to Just Carve Rob. Hey, you're stealing my lines there, Skullhead. Skullhead. All right. So this is where we're at with our skull project. Our skull gentleman's cane. Yes. We are going to cut in neck bones in here. They're probably going to be, compared to the skull, they're going to be huge, hugely out of proportion. Otherwise, we'd be just getting rid of all the strength. We will carve these down, though. Probably, at least 1/8 of an inch into the stick. So, but they're going to be huge neck bones. But more or less, they're just for your hand. If you want to grab it here or whatever. Okay. So, let's get the rest of them drawn in. I'll be right back with you. Okay, guys, as you can see, we have got our neck bones drawn in there. And we are going to be using the SMC high-speed air tool, air carver, engraver, with a finishing bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're just going to follow all these lines, go round and around, all right? So I'm going to fire up the noise. So get ready for the voiceover. All right, guys, here we go. Got the SCM high-speed air tool with a finishing bit. Got to fire that thing up. All right. And all we're doing is I'm going to end up going around these. We're going to call them discs. We're going to go around these probably 2 times each to get the depth that we want. We want to get in there about 1/8 of an inch, 3/16, something like that. So I'm going to show you an example or a sample of what we're doing here. And we're just running this high-speed air tool right around there. Ben over at Studio on the Lake would probably be using his wood burner. Yeah. This just makes a little bit thinner of a line than the wood burner does. Because that tip on that SMC is probably, oh man, it's tiny. I want to say 3/60, a 64th. It's pretty small. You figure the bit itself is only a 16th in diameter. So, and it goes right down to a needle point, guys. And this thing is just like drawing with a pencil. But if you don't have one, you can use your wood burner. If you don't have one of those, you can use your bandsaw. What I usually do is I'll take my bandsaw and put a piece of, I cut a line into it, right? And then take it off and flip it over and then put it behind my bandsaw blade so I can adjust depth. So the bandsaw blade will only go in so deep on the line. Or you can use a scroll saw, or you can use a coping saw. I use a coping saw a lot, guys. I'll put this in my jaw horse and take my coping saw and I'll drag it backwards till the blade just disappears. And then do that all the way around. So there, you got many, many options of cutting these lines, and you don't have to have a SMC high-speed air tool, but I'll tell you, if you got one, it's great. It really is. That mini carver micromotor would never replace this tool. For me, this tool is it's my #1 carving tool. This is the tool that I like to use the best. Between this tool and carving knives, I've done a couple hundred gun stocks. You know, between this air tool and carving knives and some very small chisels. Yep, we're going to put those discs in all the way down, guys. Okay. And then we're going to come back and we're going to cup all the bones. All right, guys. I went through with the SCM high-speed air tool and cut all these in. Probably close to 1/8 of an inch. We can come back in and cut them in deeper if we need to, right? So you can go ahead and take a Dremel with a flame burr and come in here and shape all these down because you want these rounded. But I find it quite relaxing just to kick back with my knife and to cut them in by hand. I don't see where it's any faster or any slower than using my Dremel. So what I do is I put an imaginary center line in here and then come down on a 45-degree angle like this. And you can do this with your Dremel with a small flame burr, straight burr, egg burr, whatever you want to use. Inverted cone. I've done it with an inverted cone. They work great because they've already got that 45-degree angle and you just kind of angle them in like, you know. What do I got? I got a small, yeah, see, there's a small flame burr. This is a diamond. So you can just come in like this. Now don't forget, I've already gone over this with my 1-inch OCC knife. So it's already got that 45 on it. So all I gotta do is come back with my micro carver or my Dremel or even a file, rasp file for wood would work good. And I'm just coming in like this, okay? And you want to work both sides down evenly. And you want to keep that 45-degree angle, but the 45-degree angle thing isn't that critical because you'll be rounding all that over anyway. And this is poplar, 1.25-inch poplar dowel that I bought at our Menards here. One thing I like about this mini carver here is that you can change the spin on your diamond burrs or on your saber tooth burrs. You can change the rotation. And that's great if you're going to mess around like I do, left hand, right hand, that kind of thing. Okay, now these are all going to get that dog bone look. You know, they're going to be skinnier in the middle and then flare out towards the top. So don't worry about this being down lower than this right now. Because by the time you're done cupping this and rounding it over into this disc, this would be the disc, this would be the bone. It's going to skinny this piece up here a bit. So, yeah, so that's how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to come through with my knife, 45-degree angle from the center, imaginary center line, and just chop those corners off. Just like that. I'm just going to chop them off. All right. I like to use my thumb to push this, but I'm on a weird angle right here. So get my... That's one thing about working with sticks, guys. It's hard to work with them on the bench. If you ask Jordy over there at Carving Fusion, he'll tell you the same thing. Sticks are hard to work with on a bench. So what I usually like to do is just kick back in a chair, usually outside. That way there I can lay this thing across my lap and get a better angle on it. Because this for me, holding this way to film it is pretty awkward, to be quite honest. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna work our way around it. And I'll do that to the rest of these off camera. No sense in boring you guys with it. And see, I've got these sanding sticks too. I got them from Mountain Wood Carvers. And they work great for getting into them little tight areas after you go through it with your Dremel or whatever. If it look too wrinkly to you, too wavy from the tool digging in, you can just take this guy and just work your way around. And you can see that it's flattening out all them little bumps that diamond bird put in there. And you can also contour with it. So you get, remember I told you you're coming in on a 45-degree angle, so you're going to end up a little point right here that you're going to you can or don't have to. You can sand it off. And you can work that right over just like that. Come here and then just rotate your hand a little bit. And that will make your disc more round. That's what we're going to call these. These are the discs, these little ones. And the big ones are the bones, okay? No, I am not going all anatomically correct and putting the attachment points for the muscles on these. I'm using a little bit of, what do they call it? Artist, not intuition. Artistic license, I guess, on it. You know, that's all we're going to do. Little artistic license on this thing. And you can see how it's, I know it's hard to see in 2D, guys, but let's see, I'll bring it up here for you. I don't know if you can see it, but we're starting to get this round now, like an O-ring type deal. So yeah, it's going to take some time to get that rounded in there. And it's going to take a lot of time. I should just throw this on the wood lathe and come in with my gouge and go boop, 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 and put them little cups in there. You know, because it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be fat here, skinny in the middle, and then fat here. Fat here, skinnier, then fat. So it's going to have a cup to it. But we're going to do this all with hand tools, just so I can show you guys how I do it. If I was in a big hurry to get this done, I'd probably, because this is only, what, 30, right now I think it's like 34 inches high. I made it extra long, so I left a lot of stick on here down at the bottom, in case whoever gets it, if it's too long, they can cut it right on down, right up to there. So you got, I think 10 inches, 12 inches, something like that. You've got 8.5 inches that you can adjust this stick for a person for the right height for them to walk with. So you got 8.5 inches from here to here. Okay, so let me go ahead and get all these guys shaped in. I'll get right back with you. All right. Okay, guys, see, didn't take that long, did it? We've got all these roughly rounded over with the knife, except for this one we did a little sanding on it. Okay, so what we're going to do next is I'm probably going to show you on one of these guys here, this one or this one, probably this one. We're going to cup this, all right? And we're going to be using our Dremel with, if I can find it, our Dremel with our cut saw extreme bit. There it is. Okay, we're going to use our Dremel with this cut saw extreme bit. So let me get that set up, and I'll be back with a voiceover because this is going to make a lot of noise. Cha-cha! Okay, guys, as I promised, here is the infamous voiceover. Okay, so we have got our cut saw extreme flame burn there. And we are taking this wood down. We're starting by, we're going in pretty deep. We're going in probably, with the cut saw extreme bit, we're starting off at about 3/16 of an inch with this cut, the cup shape. And I have sped this up. This is not in real time. I just wanted to shorten this video up a little bit. It's running a little long in the tooth here. So you can see I'm not just showing you one, I'm showing you 4. I still have to do the top one yet. But yeah. Oh, it was a great day here in Michigan today. 68 degrees, low humidity, birds are chirping, sun shining, the shop inspector's barking. And what did I have to do? That's right, had to take the wife shopping. And what did I forget? My carving box. Oh well, such is life. Sometimes you got to make those sacrifices when you need food. Okay, so we're just coming in here, and like I said, we're doing the cupping thing. Be careful not to get too close to your disc because you will end up removing it. The extreme does mean extreme, guys. Yeah, so yeah, it was great. Perfect day for carving outside, and I'm stuck in the truck going shopping. And no, we can't just go to one place. We got to hit every fracking meat store, every store in the township to get because some of them don't got this and some of them don't got that. You know how it is with this COVID thing. These guys are running out of everything. You'd think it'd be calming down by now. Anyway, nobody wants to hear about that. We've heard enough about that. So we're carving along, and we're just kind of leveling everything out with the extreme bit right now. Man, I thought I was in frame better than that. Doggone it. I think I lose because a lot of times, for some reason, my camera likes to film it in the landscape, the up and down view. So then I got to flip it. And I think I lose some of the picture when I flip it. Because I get a lot of complaints. Jordy, get a lot of complaints. Not mentioning no names there, Jordy at Carving Fusion. If I have it the other way, then they're like, it don't look right on my TV. And it don't. I've got one of them smart TVs too. And I watch my own videos in disgust, in despair. But I do watch them. Yeah, I'm sorry about that last video. I don't know what happened. My camera, for some reason, was picking up extra light. And I even had the thing that you screw on the front of it to reduce the light flare. Not glare, flare. So I've got to mess around with that. This was recorded with my phone because, of course, the battery was dead for the camera. So, you know. What's the matter, Just Carve Rob? You're gone all day. Why didn't you fix that? Well, I don't know. Okay, now we're changing over to the cut saw. I think it's the cut saw. The cut saw, yeah. The cut saw, I don't know, nugget bit. It's, it looks like stone, but it's not. And we'll use this to get rid of most of our cut lines. Anybody that's used the cut saw burrs or the saber tooth burrs, know you get those lines. And we'll also use this since it's a finer bit to smooth out our cuts. All right. We'll smooth them out, and we'll also do some more shaping with it. We're actually getting down into this wood, probably 5/16 of an inch. I think we're getting more than a quarter. But I expected that to happen because you use the cut saw, and then you got to use a finer bit to smooth that out, and then you end up coming back with a finer bit, or a diamond bit, or a ruby bit, or some, sand, one of them little sanding drums. Those will work pretty good, guys. If you get the good ones, those sanding drums in the finer grit, and even in the coarser grit, I see a lot of guys do carving with them. There's one guy, I can't remember who he was, but that's what he does. I just put a ruby burr in here, by the way. It's a flame burr, ruby burr. He does like 80% of his carving with nothing but a couple of them little drum sanders. It just baffles me how he gets such detail with those little drums. Yeah. So Ben over there at Studio on the Lake, he likes these ruby burrs, and Pete over there in BC, lives next door to Jordy. He likes these ruby burrs too. So, of course, if those great carvers love them, you know, I got to try them. So I bought 3 of them. This ruby burr here is a little bit too small for the task. So I'll end up having to go get the bigger one and put it in here to smooth all this stuff out. And since the skull is so smooth, I'll probably end up coming back in all the way up to 400 grit sandpaper. I want this thing to be kind of special. I don't want it, I don't mind it being a little rough because it's an old voodoo stick skeleton. You know how that is. So, yeah, well, I'll end up smoothing it out more. I don't know if I'll take it down to 400, maybe 220. And I'll work it down with the burrs, different burrs that I have. So that's what our neck bones are going to look like, guys. Don't be afraid to use the tools in your toolbox. You don't got to use the ones that I use. Diamond burrs are great for this kind of stuff too, especially if you get the bigger coarse ones. They'll really take this stuff down pretty quick. And I found out by the ruby burr size, they're different grits. That's why I'll end up going to I don't know if I show it, but I'll end up going to a bigger 3/8 diameter flame burr, ruby burr. Makes you want to say hamburger. Well, it does me anyway, ruby burr. But maybe I'm just hungry. So there it is in all of its glory, guys. You see how we cupped it for your hand? In case you got to beat back a whip. Okay, guys. So this is where we're at for the night. It's getting late. So I think this is where we're going to end this video. See, we got them neck bones. See how they're spooled in right here? Let's see if I put it this way. You might be able to see it. Okay, yeah, that's a lot better. See how they're kind of they're cupped? And then we got the discs that are standing a little bit proud. Don't forget, we still got to sand these round yet. You know, this way. Okay. Yeah, so basically that's how you get her done. Skullhead. Jordy from over there at Carving Fusion sent us a little bag of abalone shell. And I'm hoping I can steal 2 pieces out of here. They're going to be big enough for the eyes. So they'll be like that rainbow effect eyeballs. Let's open this up. Yeah, that was nice of Jordy. He sends us crazy stuff once in a while. Okay. Oh, yeah, you can really see that. Let's see. Get some light on this here. I'll flood the camera out with light. See how that's like rainbow colored? Is that cool? He said I have to be careful when I do use this stuff. Ooh, look at that inside, really pearled. It's hard to decide which side to use. I guess whichever side that fits. Looks like we might be able to get a couple of eyeballs out of that, and we'll embed it into there. I think that would look super cool. So we got to thank our buddy Jordy over there, Carving Fusion, for sending us this abalone shell. Oh yeah, look at that. Is that crazy? It looks like it's polished on both. Well, it's really polished on this side. So we can, I'm sure we can get a couple chunks out of here to fit in there for his eyeballs. So that is going to be wicked, wicked cool, Jordy. Thanks. Yeah, he sent me a little bag of stuff. Oh, wow, look at that. Cool. All kinds of new things to play with in there. Thanks, Jordy. Over at Carving Fusion. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for helping out the little guy. Mosquitoes. Yeah, that's another reason to stop working for the night. The mosquitoes are coming out. You see how that fits? Right into your grooves of your fingers right there. In case you got to Give somebody a good whacking. Some lippy youngster. Come back here, you whippersnapper. No, do not use the skull head as a weapon. Now you be quiet. All right, so that's where we are so far, guys. So, Skullhead. Remember to share, subscribe, and like. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for the support. Thanks for subbing. Share, subscribe, and like. And we will catch you all on the next one. Guys, be awesome. Carve something awesome. And be kind to each other. Life's too short to be a bully. All right, we'll catch you later. Bye.